Hello, my name is Samantha Ratnaika and I'm a chartered marine engineer and I now work in project management. I worked at companies in the UK, Holland, Australia, Norway on projects for clients such as BP and Shell. You may be wondering what marine engineering is about in my industry. It's about designing, building and installing structures in the sea. I worked on projects involving fixed platforms, vessels, bridges in the sea. I'm going to talk to you about why I followed the career and the path I took, my day to day work and what it involves, and opportunities in the workplace. Why I followed this career path. It starts with childhood dreams. I still remember as a small child at Christmas, my brother getting the Lego and me playing with it the next morning. I liked to build from a young age. My parents encouraged me to study hard at school, and I was also stronger in sciences and maths. I loved maths, and I found the more I did, the better I got. The path I took, I did my GCSEs and A levels in physics, chemistry, and maths. You may think it was plain sailing, but it wasn't. The secondary school I was at didn't want me to do my O levels, so my parents moved me where I did do my GCSEs and then I went on to do A levels. Following that, I went to university and did a bachelor's in aeronautical engineering because I love planes. However, in the middle of the degree, I thought, a lot of applied maths, I'm not sure it's for me. So, following that degree, I did a master's in offshore engineering, and after that, I worked as a structural and marine engineer for 10 years, and then I did an MBA and moved into project management. A typical day for me at work could be in the design office, a fabrication yard, or on site. The great thing about engineering is that you can decide where you want to spend most of your time by the jobs you take. If I were in the design office, I could be doing computer modeling and analysis, calculations, maybe some technical drawing. As I've moved into project management, I find more of my time is spent in team meetings, liaising with the client, vendors. For both engineering and project management, communication is important. When I started my career, I was quite shy. As the years have gone by, my communication and confidence has really improved. If I were visiting the fabrication yard, it would normally be to check on progress and quality of structural steel, equipment, piping being fabricated. I'd also be checking to ensure that health and safety is adhered to. Health and safety in my industry is very important. Site visits, my favourite. When I started my career in the early 90s, I really wanted to go offshore, but it was unheard of back then for women to be on the platform. 25 years later, I realised my dream when I worked on a project based in the Tunisian waters and I went offshore and led a site survey. Before going offshore, I had to do the offshore survival course, which was extremely physically demanding. I've also worked on onshore projects. For example, I worked on a project at the BP Salambo terminal in the Shetlands where I visited a number of times when I led site surveys there. Opportunities in the workplace. I'm a marine engineer and I really like my work. However, you could also be interested in chemical, civil, electrical, mechanical engineering, to name a few. As I work in project management, I deal with all the disciplines. There's a lot of work out there for marine engineers, such as offshore wind energy. You could work in a shipping company, the Navy. For other engineering disciplines, there's work in renewables, utilities, chemical plants. When I started my career as an engineer, I was the only female engineer in the company I worked for in Holland. As the years have gone by, more and more women have entered the profession, which is brilliant. And companies that actually seeking more female engineers now. More companies are global, so diverse teams are good, especially for international projects. You could be managing a package in South Korea, a client in Tunisia, or a design team in India. If you're interested in a career in engineering, I suggest working hard in maths and sciences. I hope this presentation has given you an idea of what my work as a marine engineer entails.